All right, TGIF.
I think you say that every time we
Well, this
record.
and at least in 2021, each week, I'm more and more thankful to God that it's Friday.
Yeah, it's
This,
been a rough week.
yeah, this one is a very rough one.
Yeah.
So, and the reason it's rough is, today is March 5th. We've got the March 15th filing due date coming from a week from Monday. So we've got quite a few projects stacked up that need to be taken care of. So it's tough, and I mean I think we have one main hiccup to that we're going to talk about, but in general it's tough because there are just so many changes in the rules this year that have us so backed up.
Yeah.
Number one, number two, our clients and us. I mean, there's a lot of people who are inconvenienced by everything related to COVID.
Yeah.
So it's just a confluence of difficult things, making this a really tough tax season.
Yeah. I mean, we've had software changes, we've had employees working from home still. Um, yeah. And then, all of these, so many tax law changes over the year, and they're still coming that we're still trying to understand and we're still trying to apply to returns that we're filing right now.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I think we hopefully can make this a quick discussion so we can get back to work. But one of those main changes that's really causing us a hiccup right now that we sent an email out to all of our clients on today is California's treatment of PPP loans.
Correct.
So Tracy and I discussed a couple of weeks ago that Governor Newsom announced that the state of California had reached a deal that would allow businesses to deduct up to $150,000 of PPP funds. That was part of a bigger package, and they split that aspect of this off. Since Tracy and I had our discussion here, they split that part of this bill off and signed into law the relief package, but this PPP forgiveness issue in the state of California is still not law.
Right. Which, for federal purposes, they decided in speedily fashion on December that, all of the PPP loans that are forgiven are deductible. You
Right.
can still deduct expenses. And so, frankly, I think we thought that California would somewhat follow suit fairly quickly thereafter, and they have not.
Right. So we are in this position where we today made the decision basically that any of our March 15th deadlines for clients who have PPP loans, we at this point it's just too late. We've got to get these extended. Assuming this thing gets done in the middle of next week, it's just too late to get these things done by Monday the 15th. Hopefully they do sign something into place, even if it is next week. Hopefully they do it at a point where it won't hold us up for April 15th so that we can still get K1s to clients. But,
Right.
if for us to get these projects done by March 15th with a 4-day runtime, is just not a good idea.
And I think that the reason we have to extend is because if we end up filing the returns, California changes it, then we're going to have to file amended returns for all of these clients, which is a total pain. Everybody would have to amend their individual returns as well if they filed those. And so, if possible, and I think we're kind of trying to make this decision, is it's better to wait, a week or two for California rather than filing amended returns.
Yeah, absolutely. My recommendation is always you're much better off filing extension than filing an amended return. Amended returns in general get some sort of review, whereas
Yeah.
just filed returns, they just get samples that get looked at. But for the most part, amended returns are much higher profile.
Well, the processing time of an amended return, I mean, is, I think even before COVID, it was like 90 days or something. And I think post, during COVID, I think that there's returns that I filed back in September that still have not been posted to my clients' accounts to correct the error.
Yep. So again, for those clients who have PPP loans and a March 15th due date, we are planning to extend those. We'll of course be touching base with our clients, but that is the plan at the moment. I guess the last point on that I'll say, the good news is, from everything I've read, the only reason that it hasn't been signed into law, the only thing that's holding it up is the possibility of being even more generous with this forgiveness. I know that they're talking about being more generous with certain businesses in certain sectors. So, that these days always means restaurants, food services, theater, salons. But I have heard that they're considering, it's all speculation, but I have heard that they're even considering increasing that dollar amount for everybody. So, hopefully the trade-off for this extension is a larger tax-free forgiveness from the state of California.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think the only other filing, tax season filing deadline talk is, there's been talk out there about moving the April 15th deadline again as well.
Yeah. So it sounds like we know that Congress has requested that of the IRS commissioner. We know that our kind of governing body, the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, has sent letters to the IRS commissioner, and yet a couple of days ago, the commissioner came on record and basically said that he's not extending the deadline. So we'll kind of, I think, wait and see what happens with that. If people push hard enough, I think he's forced to do that, I would think.
Yeah, I think he's made it sound like it's going to take an act of Congress to do that. So let's hope.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would obviously ease our burden quite a bit and take some of the pressure off, which would be nice.
And ease our clients' burden too, because I think if there's an extension of that date, it's an extension of time to pay. I think it allows, we're not the only ones who are hamstringed by what's going on these days in terms of remote working and things like that. So, bookkeeping and putting things together have been back burners for people.
Yeah.
And so, I think it would be a relief for everybody to be able to be more accurate. This is, filing your taxes for a lot of people, it's not something to do rushed and to do last minute. You want to do it right. So, giving that little bit of extra time, I think would help.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just being selfish, but.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. That was all I wanted to chat about.
All right. Well, I guess that's the end of the podcast.
All righty.